Hello， 大家好，我是金融小柯。今天呢是美国这边的圣诞节前夜，但是国内已经圣诞节了，所以说我要祝大家圣诞节快乐。然后在今天我们视频开始前呢，我有个问题想问大家。最近入手了2个机器，但是呢，我个人对这种相机并不是特别的精通啊。虽然说平时会录这些视频，但我相信在关注我的小伙伴里面肯定有更多懂相机的啊。首先我入手了一款是这个 6D Mark II， 当时入手它是因为就新手入门级别，然后全幅相机，同时呢它是带着这个翻转盖的。因为我平时这个自拍会比较多一些，所以说我 vlog 也比较多一些，这个翻转盖呢对我来说特别的重要。同时呢我还入手另外一款佳能最新的，他们都叫专微 EOS R 这款机器。但这款机器呢它需要一个转接头才能用到我这边的24-70这个大的一个红圈镜头，所以说整体感觉有点重，有点长，但是肯定要比这个要轻一点，因为这个的机身本身很大。因为我本身平时录这个视频会比较多，然后拍照用的会比较少一点，所以说如果基于这种情况的话，选哪款机器，或者说还有什么其他机器我可以选。那如果你对相机和镜头非常了解的话呢，欢迎在留言弹幕给我一些建议，小弟再次感谢了。那接下来呢，欣赏我们的可期计划吧。看这个天啊，今天阴天哎，贼漂亮。今天下了一天雨，然后外面现在温度贼低，应该是到目前为止我觉得最冷的一天吧。现在就要给大家去录制这个答疑视频，因为之前不是说了吗？我们跟 Ryan 博士肩伤康复那个课程里面有免费视频，我也收集了好多这个问题。然后我们这次客服在收集问题的时候，除了这个本身那个关于这种肩伤课程有些问题呢，还有一些小伙伴我不知道是买没买课啊，反正他们来问了一下关于这个膝关节的问题，就是说他们在深蹲的时候，然后这个膝关节疼痛或怎么样，正好我一块去嘛，然后我就也想让 Ryan 就这个问题给大家做个解答。我也不管谁问的，不管怎么说肯定是有需求，那么就让 Ryan 来解答一下。咱们一会儿去他们那个物理治疗师见，这个物理治疗诊所见，好吧？I want to ask you a question from the audience. Some people think I have the knee pain during squat. How can I resolve that problem, and what's the reason for that?
Okay, so there's several different things that can cause possible knee pain, especially with squatting. First of all, let's start with positioning and what's going on with in terms of the bones. Okay.
Okay.
So generally, when an individual squats, okay, depending on their placement, okay, of their feet, that can definitely change what we call your angle or your tracking in the knee. What you generally want to do is you want to keep the knees in a neutral position, okay, and you want to squat down with knees over your toes. Okay. Most people, two common things can happen. You can either go externally rotated and squat out, or when you're squatting, you can drop in.
Okay.
Okay. Those two things generally cause most of the knee pain whenever you're doing squatting. Okay, so let's talk about the structures. Your upper leg bone, which is your femur, okay? So within the femur, okay, when I do these things with my knuckles, I'm talking about these two bones here. Then you also have the kneecap that sits right in the middle, okay? When you bend and extend the knee, that kneecap runs up and down, okay? Up and down inside these two grooves of this femur, all right? So as I'm squatting and I'm trying to place myself in the proper position, okay, if I'm out externally rotated this way and I squat down, that kneecap is going to kind of run out on the outside of that bone. Okay, and that's going to cause some problems.
Okay.
If I'm dropping in, it's going to do the same thing. The kneecap's going to come and it's going to rub on the opposite side.
Okay.
Starts rubbing on either side of the bones here, it can cause inflammation and that can cause knee pain. That's going to be one of the main issues is when you do that. However, there's certain things that as you start getting into squatting positions that can cause the pain. Okay. Generally, when the knees drop in, it can be due to one or two things. It can be due to a weak glute, okay, weak butt muscles that help keep the knees out, okay? Or the second thing, it can possibly be coming from the foot. So feet in general should have this natural arch in your foot, curvature in your foot, okay? Most people that drop in, what happens is the foot collapses and it changes the whole angle of the knee.
Oh, it's
you can
like
see how
flat foot.
Exactly. So see as a foot pronates and drops in, it changes the whole angle of the knee.
Okay.
Okay, so the foot drops in, knee drops in at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, and that's going to cause some problems there. So two different things, either weak glute causing it to come in, or pronated foot causing it to come in.
Okay.
Two separate issues.
And I think one reason for the knee inward or the knee pain is like some people for the quads, and the inner quads is like so stronger than the outside. So
absolutely. Now that's getting into different musculature in the upper leg bone. Okay. So we were talking about the knuckles here and the kneecap sitting here, right? So the quad does come with 3 different muscles and insert onto that kneecap, right? Yeah. So like you said, if the VMO, which is a medial quad muscle, is very, very strong, it's going to pull that kneecap outwards, right? If the IT band and the lateral quad muscle is too strong, it's going to pull it outwards. Okay. So yeah, that definitely the muscles and the pull on the kneecap will change the positioning of the kneecap also. Okay, so those are another common issue.
So which one you think is a normal reason to cause the knee pain? It's like, I think it's like the knee inward, right?
Definitely. So what we call dropping the knees coming in, okay, is definitely a problem that's probably most common with pronation, weak glutes. That's what you see most often.
So how to solve this kind of problem with the knee inward?
Okay, a couple of different things. You have to kind of differentiate between if the problem's coming from weakness in the butt, okay, or problems with the foot. Okay, as soon as we can associate and differentiate between the two, then you can kind of fix the problem. For this purpose, we'll focus on the upper body here, okay, and thinking that the glute is a problem. If the butt muscle is going to be the problem, what you can do is you can start doing exercises where you unload the body and you make sure that you're working on tracking, okay, meaning your knees are coming down straight over your first 2 toes. Okay, so you're coming down in a straight position here. Okay, you're not coming here, you're not coming there, straight down, right over the toes. Okay, and another thing is for you, you're doing, if I turn to the side, you're doing this. You don't want the knees to pass the toes because that can also cause knee pain. You want to make sure you're hip hinging, keeping your butt behind, and working on the squat depth that way. Okay, because I can come all the way down without my knees passing my toes here into that position. Okay, so people squatting, they're coming in this position, that's going to cause a lot of tension in the patella in the front of the knee. This is what happens. Okay, so general rule of thumb, you don't want the knees to pass the toes. Okay, rule 1. Rule 2 is you want to work on your tracking. Tracking means knees over the first 2 toes. Okay, same line. That's the line you want to go on. Okay, generally. Okay, everybody's structures are different. Some people have wide hips or they don't have the hip mobility. Okay, so then they have to change the angles of the feet. Okay, so no pain. You can obviously play with the angles a little bit. Okay.
So if some people the knee past the foot, it's not 100% wrong.
It's not 100% wrong. No pain, and you're able to get into that position, that squat depth. You have what we call the ankle dorsiflexion to allow you to do that, meaning the ability of your ankle, you need to transition over your toe. That's fine. If you have the ankle mobility, that's fine. Okay, it has to be pain-free.
Okay, so do you have some exercises to to improve that, like the weak muscle or something like that?
Yeah, well, first, I mean, we can start with 2 basic ones, at least to start working on the tracking. I think tracking is going to be a huge exercise that you want to kind of focus on initially. Okay, so what we can do is we can come over to a wall over here. You come to any wall. What we want to do is instead of using your whole body weight into the squat, okay, we want to de-weight the body and de-weight the joint. So you're going to use the wall to kind of lean against, okay? Which means you can take your feet, you're going to walk your feet away from the wall, okay? This takes away a percentage of your body weight, okay? Next thing, you're going to work on your tracking, okay? Most people cannot support their body weight, and that's why their knees drop in or out because the muscles are weak. So this is taking away a percentage of your body weight and still allowing you to focus on keeping your knees on the same line as your toes. Okay. It also allows your knees to not pass the toe. Okay, so that'll also, now you can start performing this exercise in a pain-free motion, proper form, proper function.
Okay, because I saw too many people, they do this kind of exercise. I don't think they know to focus on the track.
No, not at all. That's the whole purpose of actually leaning on the wall. Okay. Most people, if you're sitting here with a Swiss ball behind your back and you're working on these exercises, if you're doing that and you're doing a bunch of this, you're just going to cause more and more knee problems. Be very, very specific with your tracking and the placement of your knees over your toes.
Oh, so how many sets, how many reps?
For most people, you're fine getting away with 10 to 12 reps, 2 to 3 sets is fine.
So every day?
Not every day. Okay, so you don't want to necessarily train, train any muscle daily. Okay, core is one of the ones that you can probably do a little bit of, but you want to start, maybe giving the muscle a day of rest, a day or two of rest, depending on how often you're doing legs. Another exercise. So we were discussing one of the options is weakness in the glute. So what I would focus on is hip abduction. Okay, so hip abduction, the glute med is responsible for keeping the femur up and out. Okay, what we call hip abduction. Okay, so an easy exercise you can do laying on your side. I'll show you right here. Laying directly on your side, knees bent. Okay, hand behind your head for proper placement, and all you're doing is lifting the leg straight up. And this is gonna focus, and you should feel the muscle in your butt muscle here. Okay, if there's two things that you can do, that's gonna be an error. Okay, you can rotate back. Rotating back, now you're going to feel it more in your hip flexor. Okay, so to really isolate it, you really have to be rolled over and make sure you feel it directly into your upper buttock muscle, just like that.
So do not roll over your whole body.
Don't. You start rolling over your body, you're doing the exercise wrong. You won't even feel it here.
So this is the same frequency.
Yes.
To the wall exercise.
12 to 15, 2 to 3 sets.
Okay, got it. 不知道你看了 Ryan 博士的讲解，对你自己有没有帮助啊？就是我对他说的2点就比较感同身受啊。第一点就是他说的你的腿部肌肉不平衡，然后会造成你膝盖的一个压力。我之前也意识到这个问题的，因为我自己呢就有这样的情况，就是我的大腿的内侧相比外侧来说非常的发达。所以说我如果常规练腿，就是我不针对外侧腿发展的话呢，那我的内侧会越来越强。那这样的话，这个肌肉不平衡会越来越严重，那我的膝关节受伤是迟早的事情。还好我现在膝关节还没有受伤。如果你也有我这样的问题呢，就是我之前做了一个练腿的视频，是专门针对我的腿外侧进行训练的。就是如果感兴趣，你可以在我的频道里面去搜索关键词“如何避免膝伤”，应该就能找到这个视频了。第二点呢，就是Ryan博士在说到我们靠墙蹲这个常规的一个康复动作的时候呢，他提到了 track 这个问题。track 的意思呢，就是说我们在做靠墙蹲这个动作上下移动的时候呢，我们这个膝关节要跟这个脚尖始终是在一条直线上面的。我之前也有在健身房看到有些人在做这个动作，但是我当时好像没有关注他们有没有关注自己这个 track 这个问题。所以说，如果你现在也在做类似这个动作的话呢，你一定要关注一下你自己的 track 是不是始终在一条直线上面，因为这个非常关键，要不然你做那个训练根本就没有用，它甚至会加重你的膝伤问题，好吧？另外呢，在这个视频里面我去提到的这个答疑视频，是我跟Ryan博士合作的如何进行肩伤康复，它里面那个附加的一个视频。我们每一个课程在发布一段时间之后呢，都会收集用户的问题，然后我们会制作一个答疑的视频去免费进行更新，因为我们希望用这个视频能解决，就有些人他们买了我们课程嘛，然后他们看到这会有问题，希望能帮他们解决一些问题。现在呢，咱们这个答疑视频已经更新了，不管你是在淘宝端购买，还是说在这个微信公众号兼容师端购买的话呢，你现在都可以去观看了。另外，借这个机会呢，我给大家去回答一个很多人私信我问这个课程的一个问题啊，就是他们会问我这个课程到底是解决什么问题的？简单来说，如果你的肩部有过这种受伤的一个情况，或者说你这个长期呢受到肩部疼痛的困扰，再或者说你这个肩部有弹响的问题，那这个课程呢都会帮助到你。当然了，如果你没有伤病，那这个课程呢也会帮助你预防肩伤。有需要的话呢，可以去淘宝店铺 FBI 健身师去跟客服报暗号小柯，你会享受折扣啊。那上面呢就是关于课程的问题。然后明天呢我要去洛杉矶的一个车展，然后号称是2018年就是挺牛逼的一个车展，场面非常大。那里面应该有我想看的东西，因为我在国内也看过车展，就是我觉得车展里面应该是有我想看的东西，不知道有没有你想看的东西啊？那我们明天见，拭目以待。Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到今天的视频。那么现在呢要去车展，1、2、3，走。好，现在已经来到我们的车展的门口，因为今天已经快临近结尾了，所以说人不是特别的多。但是呢，这个又是车模哎，拍一下，快点离我这吧。这样，不要那么刻意，不要那么刻意，
已经很刻意了。
可以了吗？
你彻底挡住了他们，
是吗？
对。
那接下来呢，就我来给大家介绍一下我们今天的车展。 虽然我不是什么车评的博主啊，但是我自己比较喜欢看车，我特别喜欢看那些能贴了膜的车，所以我今天主要来看一看有没有车贴了膜很好看，然后我自己想研究一下。另外呢，给大家展示一下这边的一些可能比较好看的车型啊，人真的不是很多哎，基本都没了。哇，这一来感觉怎么像那个30、40年代那种跑车呀？那种最开始那种跑车好像这种轮子，是吗？之前鲁哥还想买一辆这样的车。
对呀，
我特别喜欢这种磨砂的感觉。
我也是磨砂的，你摸摸。
哇，好糙啊！干嘛呢？
那个
警察姐姐。这个就是美国就是最常见的一个警车的样子，他们都是道奇，不知道道奇跟警察局是不是有合作啊之类的。然后这是它里面的有个电脑，就是警察的这边都是个电脑。我简单说一下这个电脑的作用啊，就当你在路边你被剖的时候，它不会先下车，它会先用这个机器来查一下你的这个车牌号，看看有没有违法的记录，因为美国持枪合法嘛，所以说很危险。如果有情况的话，它会立马叫人来支援。所以说，在美国开车一定要注意安全，同时呢，一定要不要携带违法的器材，好吧？这辆科尔维特有点帅呀，这辆科尔维特。请问哪位小伙伴知道这辆车叫什么名字？原谅我不是一个车评博主啊，我对车不是很了解，我只是看外形。哎，干嘛呢？别挡道。鲁哥，你喜不喜欢这样的车？
我喜欢。
好壮啊，这辆车！
我喜欢这种大的轮子。
大轮子，那买2轮子回家吧。
得买4个呀。
它那个视线是不是受到很大阻挡啊？你看看。
那就像装甲车一样。
哇，这边到了我最喜欢的环节。这辆车应该是奔驰的 SLS AMG 吧？对。关注我这辆车，我特别喜欢这种磨砂的感觉。这辆猛地看有点像兰博，但其实是法拉利的488。这辆车好概念啊，猛地一看有点像起亚的那款车，也是特斯拉的 Model S。这改得猛啊，改的有点。之后的目标，这边的车不管了，买船，买大船。不得不说，这辆是我目前见到最豪华的内饰车，是辆凯迪拉克的 SUV 版本。这我到目前为止最兴奋的一个展台了，它是卖这种模型车。然后呢，他卖这种慢速的，刚才试玩的那种车。
哦 no！ 我怎么，大哥，不要吧！
这还卖那种飞车，给大家展示一下。刚才我们在这个负1层转了半天，其实那个呢只是一个小的一个展，主要的车展呢是在2楼。对，这才是车展的感觉嘛。BMC 的雪地车好壮实，后面还有雪橇、雪板，像坦克一样。特别是它这个履带，哇，这一辆是X7耶，好长这辆车，3排座，后面最后还没排。我很喜欢它最新的这个设计，很不错呀。这辆英菲尼迪的概念车有点帅呀，太概念了这辆车，好像只有1个座。然后我们填下来信息，准备试驾一下捷豹的 VR 赛车，4个机位。 们刚才玩那个车呢，就这个 Formula E， 就这辆车。它里面居然没有加速，它只有一个速度，然后你自己在玩。我还是回去玩我的极品飞车吧。那今天的车展之行呢，很快就要结束了，因为努努饿得不行了，他要吃饭，所以说我们要提前走。不过整体看这个车呢，我个人感觉还是负一层比较好看一点，因为负一层它好多是这种卖车轱辘贴的那个车模，非常酷炫，我觉得看点非常足。上面这个一层呢，主要是展示一些新车呀，宝马的新的 X7 的系列真的非常酷炫，好吧？那么今天的车展之行呢，先到这里，下视频见。